Carlos Santana, the name alone carries a wave of emotion, soul, and pure musical magic. For decades, he's been known as the guitarist who could make his strings sing. From Black Magic Woman to Smooth, Santana has built a career filled with spiritual depth and timeless hits. But behind the peaceful smile and calm presence lies a side of Carlos that few people have ever seen. At 77, in one of his most honest interviews, Santana opened up about the darker side of his journey, revealing the 5 musicians he secretly couldn't stand throughout his career. And let me tell you, the reasons behind these rivalries might shock you, so sit back, relax, and let's uncover the truth behind the artists who managed to strike a nerve in the legendary Carlos Santana. Let's start with some context. Santana's musical philosophy has always been about energy and connection. He believes that true music doesn't come from fame, money, or power. It comes from the heart. As he once said in an interview, "When you play from the heart, the notes heal people. When you play from the ego, they hurt people," and that philosophy shaped how he viewed other musicians. Santana respected those who played with emotion, but he had no patience for artists who, in his words, lost the soul for the sake of fame. So when he spoke about the musicians he didn't like, it wasn't out of spite. It was about what they represented. Number 5, Eric Clapton. It's hard to believe that Santana, the master of melody, had mixed feelings about another guitar legend like Eric Clapton. Both men were often compared for their expressive playing styles, but Santana once admitted that Clapton carried what he called a cold aura. He respected Clapton's technique but felt he lacked spiritual depth. Santana once said, "Eric plays beautifully, but sometimes you feel like he's trying to prove something instead of sharing something." He even hinted that Clapton had an elitist attitude toward non-British or non-American musicians, something Santana, being Mexican-born, found disappointing. Still, he never denied Clapton's talent, only that he didn't connect with the man behind the guitar. Number 4, Jeff Beck. Next on Santana's list was the late, great Jeff Beck. Now, you might think these two guitar geniuses would have mutual admiration, but that wasn't always the case. Santana respected Beck's innovation, but found his music too technical. He once said, "Jeff plays with perfection, but sometimes perfection has no pulse." For Santana, music was supposed to make people feel something: joy, pain, love, sadness. He believed Beck's focus on precision sometimes stripped away the soul of the song. Still, when Beck passed away in 2023, Santana paid tribute to him, calling him a scientist of the guitar. It showed that even if he didn't connect emotionally, he still respected Beck's contribution to rock history. Number 3, Ted Nugent. Now, here's where things get fiery. Santana and Ted Nugent were on completely opposite ends of the musical ticket and moral high spectrum. Santana once said, "Ted plays loud, but I play love." He couldn't stand Nugent's aggressive political views and ego-driven stage persona. The two even crossed paths at a festival in the late 70s, where Nugent reportedly dismissed Santana's music as hippie nonsense. Santana, always the gentleman, simply smiled and said, "Love will always be louder than hate." But make no mistake, the tension between them was real. Santana viewed Nugent as the embodiment of everything wrong with rock's ego culture, talent wasted on arrogance. Number 2, Yngwie Malmsteen. Next up is the Swedish guitar wizard Yngwie Malmsteen, famous for his lightning-fast playing. Santana once joked, "Yngwie can play 1,000 notes a second, but not one that makes me cry." He saw Malmsteen's style as more of a display than an expression. Santana valued soul and melody above everything, while Malmsteen focused on speed and precision. In an old interview, Santana said, "Music should be prayer, not a race." Though the two never feuded publicly, it was clear that Santana saw Yngwie's style as the opposite of what he believed music should be, a healing force. Number 1, Paul Stanley, and finally, topping Santana's list was none other than Paul Stanley from Kiss. Now, this one isn't about musical ability, it's about intention. Santana admired Kiss's showmanship but criticized their obsession with money and image. He once said, "Music is sacred. It's not about fireworks, makeup, or merchandise. It's about touching souls." For Santana, Paul Stanley represented the commercial takeover of rock, when passion was replaced by profit. While he never attacked Stanley personally, his comments made it clear he believed Kiss had lost the heart of rock and roll.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.